Hi, I'm Steve Feeney, and I'm here today to talk with Melissa Hoover about solar plants in Ohio.
Tell me about your professional experience. Why are you here today?
Well, my professional experience is in energy generation and environmental control. I worked for 40 years for the Babcock and Wilcox Company. They were at the time a well-known supplier of power generation and air pollution control equipment. And now I own a small consulting engineering firm focused on energy generation and environmental control related to air and water.
I see. So electric isn't new to you.
Electric is not new to me. I've been at least 100 power plants in the course of my 40-year career.
Wow. Okay, so all of this land behind you is slated to go into what they're calling an industrial solar project. And we hear talk that the project is going to generate electric to go to the grid. What does that mean, going to the grid?
Going to the grid. Well, more than one person has described the electrical system, the power grid, as the most complicated machine ever built. When power is going to the grid, all it means is that the electricity that's generated at a power plant is being fed into the grid.
My understanding is our portion of the grid is managed by an RTO, a
Right.
Regional Transmission Operator.
Regional Transmission Organization.
Right. Thank you.
Right, you're right. I'm sorry.
That controls all or part of 13 states and Washington, D.C.
That is correct.
So does that mean that this power stays here?
It does not.
Okay, so it goes to everybody that's serviced by the same RTO.
Well, electricity can only travel so long before something has to change it. Generally, it doesn't go more than a few hundred miles before it has to be stepped up or stepped down in order to make it useful for your house here or for the houses out here.
Okay, so what are the benefits of having an industrial solar project nearby?
Well, one of the problems with calling it industrial solar is that it's really not. It's a utility solar plant. It's feeding the Regional Transmission Organization. In this particular area, these are PJM. These are owned by PJM. These lines may be owned by AEP. This amount of power for this little plant could easily be handled by one single coal plant in the state of Ohio just running at higher load. These plants are not industrial plants. They are wholly and completely utility plants. They serve the utility grid, which is run by PJM, and of course these lines are probably owned by American Electric Power. That's my guess. So the first thing is they're not industrial plants, they're utility plants, and they serve the grid. The second thing is that increased adoption of solar will continue to increase the cost of electricity in Ohio. So costs will continue to go up just as they are right now. The utility plants will lower the cost of adjacent real estate. That's been shown in numerous studies. And when the adjacent real estate is surrounded by thousands of mirrors, it only makes sense that the price will go down of real estate. Another is 20 years ago, Ohio generated more power than it does now. And all we'd have to do and to make up for this is to just run the plants at a little bit higher load. Ohio generates less than 1% of its electricity from solar. And why are we paying so much for this? There is so much money that's been given and gifted, if you will, to people to come in and build solar plants. There's so much tax advantage to it. There's so much money to be made. That's why they do it.